So now you say you know the story that you want to write. Did your brainstorm, you did your research. In fact, you might already even know what your book or what your story is and what your outcome. Whether it's going to be poetry, just for your children, just for the library, or whatever it is, you know what it is. So now how do you get started? Now, so what are you going to need? This is what you're going to need for this. You're going to need some acrylic paint. You're going to need some glue. And you can use whatever color you want for your acrylic paint. Now, why am I saying acrylic paint? You're going to be taking this acrylic paint and you're going to need some craft paper. I think this might be cardstock. If this is all I have on hand, I don't want you to go out and buy anything extra special, but it's what you have on hand, okay? Build our collage. And so for me, I wanted to try to have as many colors as possible. So all I did was take my paper and start painting. Okay. This is not anything fancy. Okay. Okay. Supplies you're going to need. You're going to need some scissors. You're going to need paint. And in this case, it's acrylic paint. And some glue. And some brushes. All these things I already had. I didn't buy any of this stuff new. Okay. And so you will need some other things when you're actually making the collage. And I will show you now, just so you'll know. You may not need this, but in my collage, I needed it. I made these characters because that was the best way for me to illustrate my characters in my story. Drawing them just wasn't giving me the satisfaction that I wanted. So with this character, these are actually articulated paper dolls. So I'm sure you probably already know what that is. But in this case, these dolls I made, actually their arms move and their body parts move. Can you see that? So you're saying, why is that important? Well, I found that to be important because I was able to use the different characters in different scenes as if I was using a digital device. So I was able to take this and put it on different scenes in my story. That made it a lot easier for me to use the same characters throughout the whole story. Okay? And so these are some of the other scenes that I created in my book. Okay? These are some of the